This video is all about the Acid Lab, specifically how much money you can make from a full Acid Lab in a public lobby, and how much money you can make per hour this week with the bonuses. So let's jump straight into it. All right, guys, so here we are in our Acid Lab. So for those of you who are newer or you're not aware, they're currently on sale this week when the video goes live. At least they were supposed to be. When you log in right here, you can see it's $750,000. It's supposed to be 30% off, but this is what Rockstar has said. That if you try and upgrade all of the upgrades and modifications through the Freak Shop, so if you go to the Freak Shop to do the upgrades and modifications, those are going to be 30% off. Also, the Acid Lab installation is going to be 30% off. So obviously, if you want to do this, you want to sell with the Acid Lab this week, you're going to have to own one of these. Another thing this week with the Acid Lab that's great is you get 2 times speed, production speed. So you're going to be making twice as much per hour. So it's basically 2 times pay if you're doing it by the hour. If you let it just go and get full, it's not going to be 2 times pay. Hopefully that makes sense. Like right now I have 351,000 in here. If I sell that, I'm not going to get 2 times pay. But once this is gone, as you'll see later on in this video, when we do how much you can make per hour, you're going to be making twice as much per hour up until it's full, obviously. The other thing is resupplies. You're going to get twice as much resupply as you typically would. Now, a lot of people are going to come over here to Mutt. They're going to buy the supplies. Right now I have some, but if I didn't, it's going to cost $60,000. Or you can do the resupply missions. To do that, you can just give Mutt a call on your phone. I'll show you this from a video I did yesterday so you can see what that looks like. So first, I've got to make sure he is in my phone contacts because I didn't have him in there. And then we'll go and call him. This way, we can resupply instead of going into the Acid Lab to do it. And we'll see exactly how long it takes. So you can see right here, source supplies. So first thing I need to do, though, is register as a boss. That's kind of annoying, but it's fine. All right, so now you can see source supplies. You can see we don't have any supplies right now. And we're getting 2 times supplies this week. Is it worth paying the $60,000, which is what I always recommend doing anyway? Or with the 2 times, are they easy enough to just do them and save that $60K? Let's find out right now. So he's going to be sourcing it. Let's jump on our oppressor or whatever vehicle you have, Sparrow, Buzzard, whatever you want to use, or a vehicle, a car, a bike, whatever you want. All right, here comes the call from Mutt. Steal the supplies for the Acid Lab. So we'll hang up on him right away, so that way we can get there a little bit faster. So let me fast forward till we get there. All right, so here we are at the Acid Lab resupply mission. Now, it could be a different one for you, but you can see we've got quite a lot of people right here. And we need to find them. So you just stay out of their line of sight in order to be able to not trigger them here. So let me see if I can do this. I can hear it. It's right here. Is it high up? Okay, it's right here. Hopefully they don't see us. We're on this, so we have to shoot it, I'm guessing. All right, we shot it with the sniper. That seems to have worked. Let's just go ahead, grab this. Boom. Hopefully this bloody helicopter and all these guards don't see us. We collected the supplies. And now we just need to head on over to our Acid Lab. So let's do it. All right, and just like that, I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die. Anyway, just like that, we are back here at our Acid Lab. So let's see exactly how much that's gone up. So you can see it's gone up about 50%. And that literally just took us like, what, 3 minutes? It wasn't that long at all. So you can save yourself 60 grand if you do 2 of these. That saved us, like, if we try and resupply now, you can see it's 36 grand. Or we could just do another resupply mission right now and have this filled all the way up. So just FYI, so if you're trying to do it this week and you don't want to pay the 60K, just do 2 of them back to back. Now, obviously, we have 2 times Acid Lab production speed, but we also have this right here, which boosts the acid production. So this, as well as the 2 times speed, we can see exactly how much money we're going to be making, like I say, later on in this video. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how much you can make for selling this in a public lobby, a full one right now. So first we need to go to a public lobby. Now, if you have GTA Plus, you're going to be getting 2 times pay on this anyway. But we do not have GTA Plus right here on this account. So we're just going to be doing it. So for everyone else that doesn't have GTA Plus, this is how much you can expect to make. All right, guys. So here we are in a public lobby. I should say this is my 3rd attempt in this public lobby. The first attempt, we had a hacker in it who did kill us all and then booted us out of the game. Second attempt, it was just loading and loading and loading, trying to get in the Acid Lab. So just keep that in mind. PC right now online is pretty difficult. Anyway, first thing you're going to want to do if you're on console or PC is go to players and check out the people. check out their mental state. You see that just right down there, the mental state? We just want to make sure there's no one that's absolutely insane in here. A little bit's okay. Like, this is unstable. That's fine. We just want to make sure there's no one crazy, which seems good to go if you ask me. Now, the acid lab, in my opinion, is one of the easier, or is the easiest cell mission in the game. It's typically fairly simple, and people don't tend to bother me. I have heard people saying that people have been bothering them, but for me, it's typically pretty decent. You watch, this video is going to be awful. We're going to get griefed and blown up. Request acid lab, which I'm guessing is going to be right over here in this direction. So let's just go towards where I think it's going to be. There it is. I hate that when a business battle starts, it's like, nope, you can't do bloody anything. So I'm just sitting here. I can't even get in this bloody thing. It's just stupid. So there is someone knocking about an oppressor that does scare me, but it's okay. I'm going to stand by my thing saying, oh, wrong way. Saying that these things are easy in a public lobby. So let's go ahead. Sell it. 351,000. But how much is it going to be with the bonus? Let's find out. All right. Of course, it's going to be all the way in Timbuktu. But it's okay. We're laughing. We're going to follow the road as they want us to go. We'll follow the GPS. Mainly because there's a lot of people knocking about. Oh, my God. There's a lot of people knocking about. So let's just try and get far away anyway. You know what I mean? All right. Let's speed this up here a little bit because it is 4.5 miles. And you guys are here to see how much money we're making. Not really watching me drive on over to the location. What's up, guys? Me editing this video here. I agree with what I just said. You guys are probably here just to see how much we make from a public full lobby, how much we make in an hour just with this new bonus of speed and stuff we have, and then how much we make in an hour with the bonus and speed, plus when we do the little didgeridoo and make it faster, right? Let's just fast forward until we've done this. We've completed this cell mission so you can see how much we made in a public lobby. All right, there we go. 527,740. That is how much money you can make with the acid lab, a full acid lab. Now we need to see how much money we can make per hour. We'll do it per hour with the boost inside the acid lab and without the boost inside the acid lab. Let's do it. All right, guys. So here we go. We're going to see how much money we can make per hour. So I'm going to set my alarm. Actually, I'll set it as soon as we do it. Sorry, look, I've changed my t-shirt. I was about to go for a run. I was like, let's set this thing up first. So I've purchased some supplies. We have some on the way. I'm going to make sure it stays fully stocked for 1 hour. Just to see, after an hour, how much money we can make. Once the hour's complete, we'll do it again, but this time, we'll do it but with this boost. I'm not going to boost it on this one, but boost it on the next one, okay? So I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour, starting now. All right, we got the 1 hour. Let's do this. All right, guys, it has officially been 1 hour. You can see I was just AFK there for a little bit. The AFK method I was using, I just jammed a little piece of paper in my analog stick here to make it so I turned around just to make the hour go by faster while I was doing some other things. But my alarm has just gone off, so it's officially been 1 hour. So the first thing we need to do is go into a public lobby because we want to see how much money we can make in a public lobby, right? We just did the first one in a public lobby. We should do this one in a public lobby as well. Now, this one is without the boost through the acid lab, as I already mentioned earlier, which is this right here. We will do that next. And as you can see, we have 178,000. We're halfway through in an hour, so it takes 2 hours to fill this thing all the way up this week. So find new session, a public session. Yes, please. Now I'm just going to have to wait here for a minute until one of them leaves. There's got to be a better way to do this in 6, man. There's got to be a better way. And funnily enough, I was just spamming to become a CEO, and I assume I've become a CEO and started a cell mission because it's just gone black. And yes, we have. Okay. This game, man. This bloody game. All right, where are we going first? Let's go B first. All right, there we go. Last one. Leave the area. Someone just drove past us, but we're in Ghost Dog, so we're laughing. All right, so this is 1 hour's worth of work with the acid lab right now this week with all of the extra speed or the production speed and stuff. So almost $300,000. 296,000. So now what we're going to do is we'll jump to an invite-only lobby. And that's 1 hour's worth of work. Remember that. That's just passive. You just fill that up, go and do some of the 2 times terabyte missions or Fooligan jobs paying 100 grand. If you haven't seen my weekly update guide, I'll leave it linked in the description. I did it yesterday. There's tons of ways to make money this week. Okay, so you can see our supplies are empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, buy supplies. If you go and pick them up yourself, it takes 2 resupplies in order to fill it all the way up if you're empty. And to do that, you got to call Mutt. So you can't come here to do it. You got to call him on the phone and request like a resupply mission. Now, we're going to do this right here, but I'm going to wait until our supplies come in because I'm just, maybe it's a me thing, but I always like to make sure it's full. Sometimes in my head, I'm like, okay, but if the resupplies come in after that little bit of supplies has gone through, maybe the little double thing I'm doing is not going to work. Listen, just give me a sec. All right, so as you can see, we just got the supplies there from Mutt. So for this final sell mission, we're going to see exactly how much money we can make in 1 hour while doing the boosted production. As you can see right here, my guy's up to no good doing the boosted production. So let's set the timer and I'll be back in 1 hour. All right, guys, so technically we have 10 minutes left on the timer, but if you guys saw when I started the timer, it looked like there was about 10 minutes worth of stuff that had already gone through. So I don't want to tell you guys this is how much you'll get an hour, but then we go over a little bit. So technically, like I say, we have 10 minutes left, but I think let's go see what it looks like. All right, so as you guys can see, it is actually almost full in 1 hour. So if you're somebody that can only play for like an hour a day or a couple hours a day, make sure you come in at the beginning of every day, load this thing up with supplies, and then do this. You can only do this, as you can see right there, once per day, and that's once per real day. So if you're just playing once a day, make sure as soon as you log in, come here, do that, because we almost got full product in 1 hour. Like I say, technically I've got 10 minutes left, but I do think we had about 10 minutes worth that already went through. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to find a public lobby once again. But anyway, we're in here now. Let's go ahead and sell this stuff. All right, so this should be fun. There's business battles and stuff and things going on right now, so I'm just going to ignore everyone, and hopefully they're ignoring me too. Let's just drive to the location. All right, well, we have 10 deliveries, so we got to go to the first one here first, which never really makes sense to me. Why don't they just show us where all 10 of them are? You know what I mean? That is quite possibly the stupid... How did I... What type of road... Yeah, that happened. I thought I was on the other side of the marina. In my head, there was a parking lot right there, and I was just driving into the parking lot and across it. Listen, I was talking to someone in the comment section the other day, or maybe it was on stream. People, it happens all the time. On these motorcycle delivery missions, so many people crash into the water. It's not even funny. So just be careful when you're close to the water. But anyway, I've done the math. Don't you worry about it. If we would have completed this delivery mission, we would have got $395,820. That is $100,000 more with this little boost that you can do once a day. So typically, you're looking at around $295,000 an hour without the boost. And to fill up your acid lab, it only takes 2 hours this week with the double production speed. So you can get $527,000 every couple hours. And that's just passive income. It's just going on in the background when you're working on other things. Just so you know, in order to fill the acid lab full, it's going to take you 2 hours this week. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. But I'll see you anyway tomorrow with a brand new video. Goodbye.